What is up, guys? A long time no see. Obviously, we had to come back with an absolute fire video to help you guys reach your trading goals. And this is something that as a trader, you will start to realize is that there are these periods of ebbs and flows that you have to kind of learn to be okay with. So as you get into this trading space, you're going to realize that as you're developing your skills, similar to how if you're at the gym, your muscles actually will tear and then build stronger. It's the same with how trading works. You may take some losses, you may go through some things where you can either take the losses and not learn anything from them, or become a better trader after taking those losses. So that's one thing that I've been working on, and obviously throughout my entire trading journey, is that you have periods where you'll be on top of the world, you'll have periods where you're, rock bottom. But the main thing that distinguishes the winners and the losers is if you're getting back up on that horse, and mainly if you're learning from whatever you did or whatever you were trying to test. So that's what I've been doing the last about month and a half, is testing out the best way to continue trading with Apex now that that is my primary means of trading. And I put together a list that I think a lot of people will find beneficial, some do's and don'ts. And let me tell you, the faster that you listen to people that have already done what you're trying to do, the faster that you will be profitable. So if you want to go ahead and blow 55 accounts to learn this shit, go ahead. Or you can listen to me and we can build off of this. All right, the first thing that you guys want to make sure that you are doing when trading with Apex or trading multiple accounts in general is that you need to make sure your trading platform, your software is working every day. So before you place any actual trades, you're going to want to place, what I do is place a limit order to see that all of the copied accounts are receiving that limit order. But if you don't understand how many times this happened to me, where I would be ready for the day, I'd try to execute a trade, refused, or did not work. Something will pop up to where it either goes on one account, like because I didn't start my trade copier, or it's not even connected to the server. So just make sure you do a test trade at the start of every day. That's one big tip that could have saved me a lot of headaches on a lot of accounts if I just, made a test trade first. So definitely don't forget that. The next thing that you want to do is limit your max loss for the day. What do I mean by that? So obviously you have the max loss that Apex sets, which is that, the max that you can lose in a day is 2,500. But what you need to understand is that if you lose that and then just buy another 8 accounts, buy another 4 accounts and keep trading, you're just messing up, you're losing double that you intended to lose for that day. So this one's largely about, have a set amount of accounts that you can lose per day. Ideally, you're not taking that many trades to where you're just going through accounts and accounts, but it does happen, especially when there's, if you're frustrated after a trade or something. So just try to keep track of how much you're actually losing per day. And I'm talking about the actual dollar amount. So if I bought 4 accounts at $16 a pop, I mean, do the math. What is that like? Math, whatever it is, I don't know. But so if you're losing that, is that what you want to lose in a day? Or can you lose 8 accounts a day and be fine? The biggest thing about that is having some type of cutoff to where you're not just like continuously buying accounts and just blowing them for no reason, because it'll definitely bite you at the end of the day. So next tip, you do need to understand that these prop firms are at your own risk. No one else is making you trade these. No one else is saying this is the only way to make money trading. The reason I'm doing it is because it's an opportunity that I think I can benefit from. But you need to understand, if these props go down, if they have issues with their providers, like I had even this week having issues, this is at your own risk. Like, there's not anyone you can blame but yourself if this happens. And that's just one of the biggest things. If you're trying to blame the props or anything but yourself for putting yourself in a situation where your money is at risk, then you're already in the wrong field. So just remember that. And the last one for the do's list, obviously there's a lot more. These are just the first ones that came to the top of my head as I've been growing my accounts and improving as a trader. But the next one is that you need to have a proven, repeatable strategy. If you're going into these with no strategy whatsoever, or with a strategy that is not proven, then you're starting too fast. Either, do some practice or do something to where you can tell that there's a opportunity to make money. So for instance, for me, I know my system across multiple months. I think at this point, like a year or so, a little bit over a year now, I have a strategy that can consistently make me money, that can consistently make me 6 to 8% in about a month's time. So that's the strategy that I have been able to perfect and work on and improve. Whereas I have started to try new strategies for evals just to make those faster than the funded accounts, and you can start adjusting things. But that's where you need to understand having that proven strategy as the backbone while you're testing new things to improve overall will benefit you in the long run. So if you don't have a backbone to build off of, it makes it a lot tougher to, even if you're just full send trying to home run evaluations. So once you get to the PA, you can't do anything. So that's one thing that I would definitely recommend. All right, so next let's go to the don'ts. What don't you want to do when you're trading funded accounts? And obviously this is based on my experience, but I mean, if you want to do what you want to do, go ahead, man. First, do not trade every live account at the same time if you've not gotten a payout. So guys, those like the 4 accounts that I had, I think if either last video or a few videos ago, those ones blown, bro. Like one trade, every account blown for no reason, just trading like an idiot. So that's my new thing, is that, the fact that they were blown isn't the issue. It's the fact that I'm basically putting everything in one basket when I don't have any profit from, what we're doing here. So I want to make sure moving forward, I have 4 other accounts that are already funded that I need to trade individually. So instead of trading all 4 of the funded accounts at once, I'm going to trade one funded account, get the payout, and then at that point, I can go to 2 and, continue to up it as I get more payouts with those accounts. But at no point am I going to be trading more than 1 account at a time and that's just for the actual fundeds. For the evals, I like to do between 4 accounts to 8 accounts, especially with that 90% off sale link down below. But that's $16 per account. So I'm fine trading 4 to 8 accounts. I actually found a sweet spot at about 4 because I was doing 8, and the only issue with that was that my strategy wasn't up to par when I was doing 8. I switched some things around and improved some things that I was doing. So maybe now I could do that, but as of right now, when I'm doing evals, I do 4 at a time, copy trade those. When we switch to the funded, we go to 1 account at a time and make sure that we're making, very good trades and not just risking everything on one go for the fundeds. So this goes back to the evaluations. Don't trade more evaluations than you're willing to lose. So you'll see some people, they'll get like 20 evaluation accounts at once, and they'll try to trade those all at once. But guys, if you're wrong, it's not worth it. I actually haven't done that. The max I've done at once is 8, but I've had days where I'll go like 8, blow those, get another 8, things like that, where like, and like I said, I'm basically trying to learn how to get these evals to funded more quickly. That way my actual full trades that I'm doing within my system are all going to be on funded accounts, as opposed to wasting, months and months to get to the funded stage and then, blowing a funded or something. I would rather just bust out as much evals as I need to, get the funded accounts from those evals where I'm just trying to, risking higher on the evals to get to the funded. And then now that I have, the system's working now, so now that I have the fundeds, now I can use my full system and move forward. But the main thing that I'm changing, and this is partially from what happened with futures, is that I'm not wasting all of my time on the evals anymore. I'm getting the evals done. I don't give a shit if I lose 20, 40, 50 accounts. I'm not wasting my time on evals. I'm going over to the funded, and that's where I'm actually using my mental capital. So that's one thing that has been a bit of a struggle, just to get into that different mind state, because it is a different type of trading. That's one thing you'll notice with these props. With all the different rules, you really do have to, you can have a core system, but you do want to adjust your system a bit based on the rules that they're setting forth. And I think that's definitely going to make it a lot faster for me to, continue to get payouts and things like that. All right, the last two, these were pretty quick. The first one, do not reset the accounts, guys. There's no reason. Just cancel the accounts and get new ones. The resets are literally more than buying a new account. So there's no point in ever resetting. You would just be wasting money for no reason to do that. So if you blow an account, do not reset it, just get a new one. Pretty simple. And here is the last one that started to get me in trouble a bit, but I was able to obviously succeed regardless. But you want to make sure you're not using multiple strategies at once. That was part of the issue when I was using a different strategy for my evals, and then I started still using that same strategy with the funded accounts, and it just didn't work out. It wasn't good for the funded accounts to be using that. So that's one thing. It took me a couple tries to figure that out, but and I wasn't even really trying to use the same strategy for each, but it just kind of, if you're trying to make your brain do too many things at once, sometimes things bleed over, and that's essentially what happened. So that's one thing. I would definitely recommend having just one strategy that you're using for these accounts. And then in my case, now that I have my system down, I basically just have a different strat for the evals, just to pass them. And then I have a different strat for the funded. But that's only because I've figured out exactly how I need to differentiate them. And that's gonna save you guys a lot of money, trust me. So that is the extent of the video. Pretty short one, or I don't even know how long it was. And there's a lot more do's and don'ts. These are just ones off the top of my head, as we're just trying to get another video out there for you guys, let you know what's going on. So basically right now, I've got a few more I've got 12 more evals that I am going to be working on this month, try to get those knocked out. And then moving forward in the coming months, I should only be trading funded accounts. So I shouldn't have any evals that I'm doing. And that's one thing that I wanted to do as well, just stock up the funded accounts. And then we're just trading the funded accounts one at a time. Honestly, 4 funded accounts should last me at least 4 months. That's kind of the mindset I've been on right now, is just, get these queued up and then just trade them with my normal system and get my payouts. All right, guys, hey, I'll catch you on the next one. We should have another video soon. I want to get these out a lot more quickly, but thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe down below if you have not already, because we will have a lot of cool content coming up, and I'll catch you guys later.